Now at 4:30, before voting on the state flag this past weekend, many legislators, including the governor, cited the vote that happened back in 2001. But so much has changed since then.
Well, hadn't it really? Well, Beverly Luckett was working here at 12 News during that time, and she joins us now to sort of reflect over the efforts to change the flag over the years. And Beverly, tell us, what's the difference between this year, when the vote has been successful, and what you were looking at back in 2001 when it wasn't successful? What changed?
You know, I think the heart of the people and the leadership of the state changed, because back then, you know, I've spent over 16 years in broadcast television journalism, and 8 of those I spent right there at WJTV as the senior general assignment and legislative reporter and backup anchor. And during that time, I covered many memorable stories, and notably some of the civil rights cases of that time that had gone for years unresolved. And the state of Mississippi, brought by pressure from others and new evidence, decided to seek justice for those families that were hurting, to try to provide some healing for them. And many felt that those winds of change would continue by tackling the flag issue, but it did not. At the time, the sentiment of the majority of the state legislature was, let the people decide. Well, you know, for many African Americans and others who wanted to see a change from the Confederate emblem in the flag, it was just heart-wrenching, because they knew they were in the voting minority and did not have the votes to make that happen if the people were to decide. But that was what the lawmakers decided, let the people decide. And sadly, we know that the people chose to keep the flag, and many minorities and African Americans felt that that was a slap in the face, and because they were faced with the constant racial inequalities that flag represented for them. Well, now fast forward to today, and we're all excited to see that the flag has come down, and we're so excited to see all of the different communities come together to create a new flag and start anew and create a new Mississippi. So one that is progressive and inclusive to all of its people, and wear a flag that everyone will be proud to fly and not feel left out of that process or hurt by all of the things that were done under that flag. So now the real key is seeing how people will remain, those same people that came out to stand up to pull this flag down. Will they stay together to create more real change in the state, create the change that my children and my children's children will be proud to come home and call this state home? We need to now start focusing on policies that perhaps can create real change for all Mississippians, policies that affect education, affect health care, rural hospitals, possible closing. We have coronavirus, and those are just critical right now to the health and quality of life of all of our Mississippians. So we've got to stay together and work to create a Mississippi, a new Mississippi, where we are all proud to call this home. We have very talented people here in this state, and we have people with big hearts and great minds, and so many talented people have come from the state of Mississippi. We want to work together and stay together, stay connected to making real change in the state of Mississippi.
And Beverly, you've been watching this issue for years. I'm just curious, how do you think other states will view Mississippi after today?
You know, the world and the nation has been watching Mississippi for years now. And this tarnish, people think the flag, you know, has been tarnished. But if you look at all of the civil rights era trials and things that happened in Mississippi, some people, that's all they know about Mississippi. Now this is a fresh start. This is a chance for people to see that Mississippi is progressing. It is changing. It is willing to connect and unite. And I think they will see that, yes, let's give Mississippi a chance. Let's bring economic development to Mississippi. Let's all rise and work together for change.
Well, Beverly, this was a story you were working on back in 2001, and you can finally write the last chapter of it now. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
And a good chapter.
By the way,
it's a chapter that I hope to see many new developments where we're all just one happy family in Mississippi, where we're united to highlight the positive things that happen here as we work together to create more positive opportunities for our children, for the future of Mississippi. It's in our hands, and I want us to stay together, united. I was so encouraged by seeing the religious community, the economic development community, the athletic community, and so many social groups come together. Let's stay together now as we continue to work for more change, more progress, and more inclusion.
By the way, your name is still carved in the desk right here, so it's good to see you. Beverly Luckett, thank you for joining us.